Testing, testing. Hey, you will make it TV followers, viewers, and supporters, and listeners across the globe. Thank you for clicking on another live discussion, insightful topic with us over here at You Will Make It TV and the You Will Make It TV family. If you're new, welcome 1,000 times to this channel. We keep it pretty much formal, straight, raw, real, because if it's not, how do you expect to inspire another? And inspiration is absolutely free, And if you're ever looking for an inspirational quote or a channel that does still talk about the current news and current topics and current trending topics from a more insightful and inspirational standpoint, right here is the channel for you. I'm Author Audio Host Tetasheri Whitney, and we're happy to have you all here with us today. Please remember, or we at least encourage you guys to hit that subscribe bell, like, and share any of our segments. We do appreciate your support. Other ways you might be able to support us is maybe, I don't know, becoming a donor, a contributor to our channel. Cash App, which is $Poetic Quote. Also, you can check out some of our Crown Publishing content creators, web and graphic design services anytime. In the comment section of any one of our lives or shorts, you can find the link to how you can access those services or maybe book a time where we can discuss more what those services could look like for you. Please feel free to just, check out our community posts sometimes. That's where I'll be sharing promotionals and advertisements about more services we'll be bringing to the table from Crown Publishing content creators to you. Pretty much, I just want to remind people, right, if people are reaching out, just because somebody reach out to you is perfect for this topic. With my logo, my picture, but how you know that's me? But that's why I do an announcement letting everybody know we will never just directly contact you begging you to purchase our services or meet up with us. What do I look like? But you know what? It's like a whole disclaimer. Like, you got to say it now. You got to say it. You got to remind people, because I don't want people. That's like, I don't want people scammed surrounding my name. Now, why would I want that? Usually when the devil trying to get away with something, he wants to use somebody else's fingerprint, somebody else's face, somebody else's DNA. Like, you all into bold about what you do, why you hiding behind another? I just don't understand it. But it brings me back to this topic and made me think about the reality of digital IDs just because of stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? Will a digital ID protect us from fraud and identity theft? That's my only question as a reaction and commentary to this topic on tonight. What is this really supposed to solidify or change? And regardless if we understand or not what it's supposed to do, it's already here. Right there in the UK right now, they have already, but I went to go look up just a little tad bit more information about what's been going on with that. So apparently it will be mandatory, these digital IDs, it'll be mandatory just to work. Uh-oh. Yep. Well, in the UK, they're going to be mandatory if you want to work. So, because people were wondering, is this the mark of the beast? Is this the big change that the world's been waiting for? Like, because the mark of the beast was described as something that you're not going to be able to survive unless you get it, unless you accept it. What's the better word? Unless you, kindly accept. So, I guess this kind of reminds people, anything you tell people, oh, this is mandatory just to work, because before it was just like a work visa, right? Or you be a legal citizen. Okay, you're now qualified to work. Well, in the UK, they might be changing very here soon. Like, I guess employers, when they ask for identification, that'll be what they're talking about. Apparently, you can pull this up from a digital device, like right there on your phone or your tablet. You'll be able to pull up your ID, not the old-fashioned ID cards that we've always known, and you just pull it out upon contact or when you're asked. No, 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 no. This will be a little different. This will be like an app. Maybe we'll even have, you know what they consider the ID numbers? Maybe the ID numbers will be like, maybe you could just give that up and you'll be able to type somebody ID number into the app, this digital ID thing. The possibilities are endless. It's crazy. Now, I didn't say whether I agree with it or not, because it looks like whether I agree or not, every country is planning on moving forward with these digital IDs soon. So the future is here, ladies and gentlemen. But what was wrong if we as regular citizens, if just 10 years ago, we go out and create ourselves a digital ID, they would have called it fraud. Like, no, that ain't a real ID. Your ID has to be a tangible copy. You see what I'm saying? But now they're like, no, digital IDs are okay. I'm just trying to keep up with it all, man, really. Because I'm like, okay, so we're going to be able to pull these up on our digital devices. My next question about that is, because just today I broke a phone. Just today. I don't never get on YouTube and tell YouTube how many times I break devices. Like, literally in the past 4 years, at least the past 4 years, it started happening so bad. I said, this has to be spiritual somehow. And sometimes people joke with me like, how is you being clumsy with your phone spiritual? I said, it gotta be, because I can remember days I could keep one phone for 2 years, at least a year and a half. These days I'm lucky if I get past 90 days. I'm serious. Like, nobody's that clumsy. Now, why am I bringing it up? Not just to talk about how much I drop and crack my phone screens. I bring it up because I, of all people, know, because I've experienced that so much. Once digital IDs and you only can pull it up through an app, like, what if you don't have a phone or your phone is broke? Not saying that I don't have anything to use right now, but I'm just saying, like, once digital IDs roll out in America, how are people supposed to provide their identity if they don't have a tech? It's almost like forcing people to have everything digital. You're gonna have to have a digital device if you're gonna have a digital ID, right? So it's like, wow, this is messed up. So the future is changing very, very, very quick. I wonder where my moderator is tonight to help me with the comments in my chat. One of y'all has to be a moderator the other day. I added you as a moderator, so I guess my buddy didn't come back, whoever that was, but we appreciate the support. I just wish my moderator was on here tonight. Or maybe he will catch us live, he or she. Because you just want to have healthy discussion topics without people taking everything you say so personally. Most of the things I talk about on this channel, yeah, it affects everybody. It affects everybody. Not what I say, but the topics already be out here. Like, the things that be going on in the environment, the atmosphere, the world, that already be going on, whether I speak on it or not, really, you know. And people can swear your one opinion is causing so much discord in the earth. Like, no, I would say we didn't have a chance of things changing at all if none of us speak up at all. It's just your opinions, your commentary, your reaction to real changes in the world. And even though this is in the UK, a lot of people say they realistically see this coming to America too soon because, come on now, the UK is right there. They're kind of connected in a way if you think about it. Like, it's different if you just heard, because Canada, they've been changing a lot too. I wouldn't say they've gone into digital IDs already, but they've had a lot of changes with their banking systems and, I don't even want to think about it and talk about it because I'm trying to stay on topic. But Do you guys think these digital IDs will help decrease the percentages of identity theft? Leave your opinions in the comments or just think aloud because it's time we think about it. You know, people got to where they just, I guess, abused the ID so much. They said, we got to do something. I'm just saying, though, just 5 years ago, if you walked around talking about this my digital ID, nobody would have took that serious. They'd have been like, what are you talking about? Some places won't even accept a copy of it. It can be a colored copy of your ID. Like, there's literally color all in the ID. It could be a printed copy. Now, some will, I'm not talking about the temporary ID you get when you first apply for ID, but some will accept a copy of your ID. But there's a lot of jobs out there, and just when it comes to certain business, people will not accept. I had noticed people not wanting to accept copies of IDs, which I don't blame them either. Like a paper copy, like you put it on a scanner and just print you a copy of the ID. People don't want to accept that no more. Because they like, no, where the physical copy at? But that's the only thing, if anything, when it comes to a reaction to this news, I said, well, why would they be mandatory just to work? That's what the UK is saying right now. Over there, it's going to be mandatory. They said for students, it will be optional. What else did I read? Students and somebody else, it'll be like optional. But if they get out of student status and actually want to work, according to these changes in the UK, then they will have to adopt the digital ID scan. Now, some are saying, I don't know, they're just in panic mode about it. I'm hearing all kind of different opinions about this. Like, some are saying, oh, so we're giving our souls over to technology. I guess it's all about perception. Because there's nothing in my mind that'll ever tell me I'm doing that. But you don't want to be doing nothing unconsciously either, right? Like, if you start telling people this is the only way they can work, where it's like, here it is. But here's a good question too. Will these be mandatory for entrepreneurs? With the article I read just said they're going to be mandatory to work, to be able to obtain a job. And I'm like, okay, but some people work for themselves. Or most companies out here, somebody own them. So I guess that's just a good question I wanted to put out there in the air or in the atmosphere really quick. Just like some of the changes happening here in America right now, that's another big part of trending news. Every year, every time the government has a slight shutdown, people panic. Have y'all noticed that? To me, people, because I even remember when I was little, sometimes they would talk about that. You probably didn't know what everybody was talking about, but you remember sometimes people being like, oh, the government shut down when you was little. So I know it's done happened before. And definitely since I've been grown, I've recognized the times that it shut down, even if it's just a period. People kind of panicked right before the pandemic when we had a shutdown. It just seemed like it happened every year around the same time. Maybe it's a good sign that, because people always like, they need to hurry up and come to a decision in politics, so it's not affecting us. Have we stopped to think about maybe sometimes they do need to take longer to deliberate? Don't just be signing stuff and passing bills. Maybe that's what's going on. So shut it down for as long as it needs to be shut down. I'm not saying I don't care about the people it may affect. But if we really think about it every day, some part of our system is affecting somebody in a negative way. Like, everybody doesn't look at the whole system as beneficial, or like they can't live without it and stuff like that. So maybe it makes them know, never mind whether 1 second, guys. No. So where I left off at is just that's my only what seems red flaggish about it. Like, I guess it's no different. Just like today, you can't really get a job without identification, unless you're doing some kind of side gig work or. And have we ever thought about that? Maybe some people don't even want to be. They know they were born. They know the day they were born. They know their name. Maybe they want no parts of the system. Maybe that's why they go do side gigs and side hustles and stuff. Like, they know the requirements. I'm talking about before the digital IDs. Most people know the requirements to just be able to get a regular 9 to 5 job out here. We ain't even talking about experience and resume yet. You're not getting any job, any W-2 forms, none of that stuff, W-4 forms, 1099 forms, without an ID. That was before digital IDs, but that is what that article said. Like, it's going to be kind of mandatory just to work. I was just saying, my question is, what do they mean just to work? Like, what if you, I mean, man, this is going to truly be a test for people. Because, like, is that selling your soul to accept something just to work? We've been doing it. If that's the case, everybody went and got an ID, registered for an ID when they was of age just to be able to work, open a bank account. So I say a digital ID don't seem too much different. Why would we say that's selling your soul to digital technology when you've been using an ID to do everything? So how is that selling your soul to identity? We had to see some type of futuristic solutions coming though, or people's identities were just going to keep being scammed for the next century. So it's like a part of me do understand why a part of me at least tries to understand, why some of the changes that are coming and swiftly, they have to. People out here suffering just because you can steal their ID. Let's see you steal these digital IDs. Or how is this finna work? Hopefully they've been working on the security side of these digital ID apps that they're talking about. I knew that was coming anyway. When you saw on the irs.gov website, they had this ID verify me part of your applications and registrations and log in. Now you can't even log into the IRS website these days without identifying yourself. For those that haven't really used it, because not everybody, for some reason, I guess, let me not speak on it, but for those taxpayers with experience, if you've been to the IRS website, they've been created that new system called ID Verify Me. I just never had good experiences with it, and I don't appreciate how it wasn't. They'll just be like, call customer service and they'll help you. Let me tell y'all, that is not true. I called ID Verify Me a million times, and you constantly were trying to explain what's going on with your account. Like, hey, I don't have the same email. These people live they want to modernize everything, but they don't understand. They never want to take accountability when something glitches, right? They always feel like she always calling with a glitch. So that will make you feel like you always in a way sometimes or something. But now I'm recognizing there may be a purpose in the glitch. Like, some circumstances are bigger than you. So if somebody's having a issue with your system, you should have stipulations and stuff for the customer service reps to answer their questions. So they be like, did you just click forgot password? Well, that's not gonna help a person who don't have access to the whole email no more. They act like you're gonna have the same email, same phone number, same address for the rest of your life. And any system like that is just kind of annoying. What's that, sweetie? Put it right there. Yeah. It's just kind of annoying. Like, they'll be like, well, what's the last phone number you use with this account? It's just an annoying question. Then at the beginning of the stream, I said I'm the perfect candidate to talk about breaking and losing devices. Not intentionally either. They act like, when y'all start creating devices that are foolproof, waterproof, fireproof, it's like if you're going to roll out digital IDs and stuff, you need to make sure the devices first ain't breaking on people to where they won't be able to access their own digital ID. Because I swear, with that ID Verify Me stuff on the IRS website, when they first rolled that out, I promise, I was already having issues with it. Not making an account. Making an account is the easy part. But once you make an account, just like with anything on the internet, you have to keep access to your password and email. And every email comes with a password as well. Most people do just like code sign-ins, fingerprint, facial recognition sign-ins today. Nobody who just sits there and retype their password over and over and over again. It's just so many other glitches I see. Like when you even typing in a password, it'll give you an option like show password or don't show password, right? And I notice even when you hit don't show the password while you trying to set a password, it'll show every letter, and then it'll be like a bubble dot, like every letter you type. So if a person is watching your phone, they can literally see every time you change your password. Like they can see what the actual password is. It's some scary stuff out here I've been paying attention to and noticing. It's not really protected even when you creating a new password if every letter you put in there show. Like it might not show the full password as you type it, but it'll show that letter and then it'll hide for like 2 seconds. I don't know why I be studying technology like that, but it does matter. If a person's sitting there mirroring your phone or cloning your phone or something, every time you change your password, it's just like that's what a clone is. That clone phone, that clone device would also be able to pick up on every time you change your password. It's like, what's the purpose? Anyways, back to the ID Verify Me part. I was just saying, to me, this was our first introduction that these digital IDs were on the way. When you first seen ID Verify Me on workforce websites, a lot of this stuff, you need ID Verify Me. My question was, like I asked them, what if you don't have the same email, the same phone number, the same address, everything about you the same, but they act like you a problem because you got so much new information? You should be able to change your number and email as much as you want to. Why can't your system help me log in to stuff when I need to log in just because my email changed and stuff like that? I'm not going to lie. I've had a lot of delays personally from just whole system glitches like that. I promise. Like, it'll be like, well, if you don't have access to your old email or phone number, we can't send you a authentication code. I'm like, duh. But how is that my fault? Just because I get a new phone number, email, new address, that don't mean my social security number changed, birthday changed. They be confusing me. I'm the same person. So if your system doesn't have some kind of backup protocol, when people have a whole brand new email or phone number, it's like, what's the point of the system? Like, you already setting people up for failure. Well, yeah, I can go make an account. But some of these things are set up to where once you make an account under one social security number, if you lose access to that email you set that account up with, and people say, well, how do you lose access to an email? Easy, stupid. You forget the password to your email or you break a phone, you gonna see. You'll never get in that email account, from my experience, for the rest of your life. The whole time you done lost access to an email, somebody else could be still getting in it. This world is crazy to me. But it is nice to see them start trying to design newer, modernized systems that kind of prevent people's whole lives from being shattered just from losing an ID. Thank you. So I just wanted to come give my commentary and reaction to this new updated news. I do understand and feel you guys out there that has probably experienced similar things where it's like, we don't ask for these new, they be like, oh, it's for security, it's for identification security. But identification security shouldn't be so powerful that the person who account it is can't get in it. Then you still got a glitch. I said at this point, I'm willing to believe, I don't know, I was just, imagine you learning that your purpose is to be a glitch, or to notice glitches, or to go through the type of circumstances that bring a glitch about. Like, how can you control that? You just be asking questions out here, and they'll say, well, your circumstance doesn't fit into our system. Well, your system has a problem, not me. Because people gonna have circumstances or quick cause circumstances in people's life, and then just feel like you're not gonna take accountability because your system didn't have a way to correct somebody's account because of their circumstance. Your circumstance could be you lost a whole phone. They just create these systems. They don't think about that. You or your I done seen so many devices glitch. I don't know what God is trying to show me, but I feel like it's gonna mean something in a minute. I've had many devices just stop working. Anything, water damage, you drop it, you lose it, anything. And you be trying to explain that when you get a brand new phone, you call certain business back. Hey, I'm trying to get back into my account. And they like, well, what was the last phone number? Okay, I could tell you the last phone number, but if I don't have that phone no more and it's broke to pieces, like, what is that going to benefit me, right? It's just annoying to see people continue to create systems that they're not like me. If I was in a room of a full of people at the round table creating a system, I feel like I should be over the department that actually creates backups for glitches. Like, they just never think about that. You just tell a person, well, there's nothing we can do to help you. You don't have access to your last phone number and email. That's retarded. But most email accounts do allow the option of backup emails, backup phone numbers. I just want to encourage people out there, the more technology advances, especially towards these digital identifications and stuff like that, uh, it is good to take advantage of every time an account tells you like you can leave a backup email or backup phone number. Try to do that every time. You know, don't go through what Author Tetasheri did. Like, you lose a whole email and it just set you back for 6 months because just about everything you was doing with your life at that time was connected to that email. So half of me be like, oh, I'm through with technology. The other half be like, I can't live without it, right? But I better make a decision quick. We all better decide. I mean, it's like you trying to handicap. Are they trying to handicap us with digital technology? I knew it. Like, these are y'all new. These are your new dependents, not your kids. Technology, because a lot of people do depend on it. I didn't recognize how much I depend on it. We're not talking about addicted to it or social media. I'm talking about actually depend on it. You check your banking, there. You check your emails there. You check your correspondence there. That's how you make your phone calls, your texts. Like, so it's understandable. But I did recognize and become aware of how dependent I was on technology. Not even for business purposes yet. That's another story. We're just talking about just for everyday life. Most people are dependent on their phones. Even if it's just to use it for a GPS or a flashlight, everybody turns to their phone for pretty much a million tasks that I can name right now. Like, phones have an app called Notes. Before we had stuff like that, you know where you took notes, guys? Journals, tablet, journal pads, sheets of paper. That's it. So, but now, people just turn to their phone, open a notes app, and begin to jot down whatever it is. And it is convenience. So nobody can argue that. The convenience of technology, we that part. But do we talk about the inconveniences enough? Sorry, y'all, I took another pause break, but just giving you guys some things to think about. For those that's just coming in, that's what we are talking about. The United Kingdom has already adopted a new ID system, and it is called the new digital ID. So I guess when we go into the DMVs from now on, you still do the regular processes as far as the application, and most of those places have even modernized. Like they have whole kiosk machines. It give you a ticket, you pick a number, you just put your information in there. I think most DMV centers are still appointment based. They've been like that since the pandemic. I don't really know too many DMVs that went back to walk in. I think back home they might have back in Texas, but a few other places I've been lately, there is no walk-in at the DMV. Like ever since the pandemic happened, I noticed it's been stuck on an appointment system. But there used to be a place any day you need to come in and get an ID renewed or updated. You used to could just walk in. Like I had never heard of setting appointments just to go to the DMV. I literally remember the days you could just pull up, like walk in. Or should more places go walk in instead of appointments? I kind of see why that wouldn't be good, because then you would just have an overflow of patients, clients, or customers at any given time, because everybody just walking in everywhere. Another person pointed out on their TikTok, like, hey, have y'all noticed that nothing's really 24 hours anymore? The only thing 24 hours these days is the emergency room, and I mean, even McDonald's, some of them places used to be open a whole 24 hours, ladies and gentlemen. For those that know, you know. You might have a few quick trips that still operate 24 hours. Like, it's very, very scarce these days, though. Any businesses that's just like 24 hours. And the person on TikTok was just saying they think it's because, like, we just can't afford that anymore. Like, they really, that has to do with the shipping containers and the trucks and all of that. Like, they can't afford to leave their places 24/7 no more. But imagine how many people would be employed. Let's take a moment of silence to think positively, send positive thoughts and energy to those, what, 100,000, 70,000 semi people that it's been reported have laid off, more layoffs since the government shut down. Like, is this real? You're saying go to work, but people are being laid off. Make it make sense. Until they make it make sense, don't tell people they can't work for themselves. I don't believe in it. It's like, what do you think people used to do? They worked their own land. They grew their own food. They pay their own taxes. They would sew their own children's clothes. They didn't even go to big retailers like a lot of us are conveniently do today. They would sit with their needle and thread or their sewing machine and sew their dresses. Can you imagine that, baby? Literally, can you imagine being a mother sewing everybody in the clothes house? I mean, everybody in the house holds clothes. You might sew two pants for your daughter. I mean, because you would be busy all day. And then they hand washed everything. So it's not impossible for us to live more independent lives if it come down to that. What I think is happening is most countries are going to go ahead and move forward with these more digital systems, from IDs to financial currency, because I feel like that's what's next. And for them to already be saying this is mandatory for you to work, people have a lot to think about before these changes happen. Imagine being tracked down, followed, monitored because you choose not to live on the digital grid. It's kind of like that's what they're saying already. Oh, you're off social media? Oh, you don't want digital banking? Oh, you don't want digital IDs? Okay, your life's going to be harder. Well, good luck trying to get a job and carrying on with society like the rest of us, because you don't want to live a digital life. You won't create, I mean, what's going to be next? Avatars? Uh, I mean, I know avatars are here, but I wonder will they ever use them in a way like,
You know they're making robots that can have
Yeah, my daughter said on Roblox they can
And
have.
not Roblox, Roblox.
Oh, this world is just getting crazy. Like some are even talking about investing in those robot dolls. Some already have. If you were one of those out there, you will make it TV. Would love to hear your experience with those robot dolls so far. It's already people moving that direction. They don't mind a digital ID because they don't mind having a digital friend or a digital husband or wife either. One of the robot people talking about well, we can see them being more submissive. Like, what's up with this new uptick increase of people wanting, to them, that's love? Usually you would only hear men say that. It's like everybody has agreed for submission. What's submission? Submission is like a willing uh think about it. When you submit a paper, you're turning in something. You're doing that willingly. But when you dominate something, that's not the other party being willing to. You just dominated it. You see what I'm saying? You took over it. But it does seem like in the newer generation, more people are obsessed with submissions, and we don't mean homework paper. They're obsessed with like just somebody giving them full control, and it's like how much control do you need before you feel loved, before you feel like it's enough, before you feel I mean, I don't know. I just couldn't imagine needing to everybody in the world to submit to me before I feel like I'm somebody. And that's just submission. So I'm not my personality could give vibes like, oh, dominance. No, there's a difference between dominance and leadership. Natural, just raw natural leadership. It's like people don't even know what he look like no more because everybody in leadership has always sought submission. Like, no, you must bow down to what I'm saying. That's not what leadership is all about. Like, you people should willingly want to submit to what you're talking about. Otherwise, it's nothing short of domination. Like, and then they'll try to take you to the Bible about it. Like, well, women are supposed to submit. No, what it says is wives submit to your husband. It never said one woman got to submit to 1,000 men. One woman should I don't want to step on any toes with this topic because everybody's not going to agree, guys. But once again, these are just my opinion, commentary, and reactions to real issues in the world today. But I was just saying, did anybody else notice that more people seem outside of money, they have an obsession with submission too. They feel like, oh, if I can't get you to submit, okay, what? What does that say about you? Why are you trying to get grown people to submit to you? Everyday, regular people to submit to you. But you want us to believe there's nothing spiritual about that. You need a person whole money, whole time, whole thought. They want your mind, your heart, your body, your soul, your sweat, your tears, your blood. That's a little too close to spiritual to me. You need all of that for me to fit in? Well, consider me the missing piece of the puzzle. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to give an analogy where y'all see where I'm coming from. And we know without one piece of a puzzle, it's going to look incomplete. Why can't the puzzle be... Puzzles already come with the pieces. That's what I'm talking about. They come with the pieces. Your only job is to place them in the right places. You never had to force a puzzle piece to submit because it's your job to put it in the right place. Every piece serves its own purpose. And with one missing piece, I don't care how beautiful of a puzzle it is, if it's the tiny pieces, the big pieces, one little tiny piece of any puzzle in this world is going to throw the whole image off. And it's like people forget that applies to real life. You sitting there trying to hide a piece of the puzzle. Like, what sense does that make? Just so you can say you control that piece. Or that you control all the pieces. What's so special about that piece that it can't go in the rest so that full image can be created? Like, what? You like, no, y'all want this piece of a puzzle. This how much it is. It's just stupid. Like, is that what we see in the world today? Like, more, it just make you fear leadership. I ain't gonna say I fear myself and my capabilities and stuff like that, but I would like to be humble and humilitized in a way where not humiliated. Humility and humiliate is two different things, you know. But knowing that me being in leadership does not mean I'm forcing everybody to submit to me. That's more some dictatorship type of things. Also, somebody gave their opinion the other day. I'm not even gonna pick on who it was. I'm gonna just say I'm gonna respond my opinion back respectfully. Somebody said, yeah, I heard a young lady talking about God, but she was cussing every other word. Now, I'm not gonna say I sit here and advocate for cussing, but if you don't think God knows my heart, you need to go pray some more, sister, brother. Literally. And he know the people hearts that secretly cuss and want everybody to think they don't. Now, if cussing has never been your habit, praise the Lord for you. But I know it's something, a place of deliverance we all had to come from. There we go. We're talking about submission again. People want your walk of faith to look the way that they think it should look. Why do you want me to submit to what you think I should look like? And y'all wondering why there's a slow death to religion happening right now. Just make sure you're not one of the people that's pushing people away from God yourself. Please, please. You don't want to be so busy worried about the next woman or man's soul that you forgot you had your own to worry about. Or maybe some of them, they done already sold out, so they need somebody else's soul to play with. And it's like, I just don't be having time for those type of... So I'm just responding to that respectfully. Maybe you feel like a person shouldn't use a quote-unquote cuss word when they are talking about something they're passionate about. But I would say that's not even realistic. Like, do you know what passion is? And when you talk about something passionately, yeah, people gonna understand that you're passionate about what you're talking about. You should ask yourself, why does it take us, including cuss words in certain sentences these days, for people to take you serious? Now, a person like me, I'd rather talk to God about it. Like, God, whatever dark days we living in, it even seemed like cussing don't help. You think a person care? Cause you made a statement and cussed? I've never heard somebody say, well, somebody cussed me out and that's why I don't love God no more. Or I heard a Christian say the word ass, so I don't love God no more. Like, literally? Really, bro? Cause let me minister to that person. Yeah, Peter cussed. I even think, yeah, see, they'll be mad at me if I show them. Do you know what kind of words God used in the Bible? Because to some of them back then, what he called people when he got sick of them, they were worse than cuss words. Trust me. Trust me. So, for my next segment, if people want me to go there, no, I'm not trying to make God look like he cussed. But you can ask me my testimony. He will get on your level of communication just to elevate your level of communication. He got to first, like, convince you, like, hey, I'm God. Well, he don't have to convince you, but his love does. Like, hey, I'm God. I understand you so well. I'm going to say something in a way that I know you going to understand it. It's going to shock you. It's like hearing your parent cuss for the first time or something. Like, hey, mom, you shouldn't be saying that. You tell me not to say that. Teach your kid long enough that cussing is wrong and then let them hear you cuss. So that's kind of what it felt like one day. God spoke a word to me. And yes, it was a cuss word in it. I don't care who don't like what I'm saying. Like, oh no, God is holy. I didn't say he's not. Holy would mean the truth come out of you. That's all people need to understand. Holy is the truth and nothing but. And not too many walking around here today can say they're that. So let God be God. You know, the truth can come out of you all kind of ways. Whether it's through your emotions, your body language, your tears, your laughter. Somebody fall and you start laughing, the truth just came out. You think people falling are funny. How is that not the truth? But regardless, the truth comes out of us, I feel like, in different ways. No matter how you try to hide it, the only thing that's ever had to be forced is a lie. Like, literally, there's so much work that comes with a lie. You got to literally sit there and start trying to live around it like, yeah, this true. No, truth shows for itself. A lie, you got to work to do that. So I was just responding to what that sister said out loud. Like, sister, that's your opinion. I wouldn't say I don't know, like, look at the days we living in. Anointed is anointed. Know that it's not me. You can do whatever you want to, okay? That's how some people lose their anointing too. So if you're going to, give some encouragement, I understand that. But even at work, I've heard people cuss. It depends on what kind of job you've had. Some jobs, just like the church, if they hear you cuss, yeah, you're probably fired. But that's not where everybody works. So yeah, I think some people just be jealous. Like what they do, they can't cuss. So they want to judge what you say. Yeah, if you work in a courtroom, you're probably not just walking around cussing all day. People hold you to a higher standard. What you do is of a higher honor. Yeah, you shouldn't be cussing all day, every day. If you just in an environment where all you hear is cussing, 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 even if you stay alone, I don't care. You walk outside, you're going to hear somebody cuss. I heard a few people cuss today. I was just responding to the person because God know. Like, I know, even when I don't like somebody or disagree with them, I know a chosen person when I don't know how to explain it to people, because that was something God did with me. Like, he don't care how you feel about a person. If he loved them, he loved them. So I was like, okay, God, well, I understand that. What's up with people? Your judgments can only go so far. They be exposing themselves. Like, they want their judgments to be God judgments so bad. But he said, I'm a just God. See, notice the root word of justice, just ice, okay? Or justice is J-U-S-T, just. Where is the ice without the just? Or where's the just without the ice? Okay, so if he's a just God, I want us to think about the root word of justice. It's going to be J-U-S-T. Just means just because, like just. Or I said it means fair, because that's what justice is about, bringing equality, bringing fairness. He's a just God. So I don't know. I feel like he got a open heart like me, and that can get you abused too. It can get you like picked on, stepped on. But thank God, God is God. Him being a just God doesn't make him weak. It means, how many chances do you give a person being a just person that understands. Oh, I understand. They want God to be so understanding. And then when stuff start happening, oh, he's a terrible God. What kind of God would let this and that happen? Like, that's crazy. The sun rises every day on the evil and the good. The Bible say that, on the wicked and the righteous. Everybody getting a piece of the sun's brightness. And we won't understand it, unfortunately, until stupid stuff like the end day prophecies start coming forth. Not calling the prophecy stupid, but it's like, it's stupid to me that people have to see 3 days to appreciate the sun's light, whether they're wicked or good. Most good people do. They recognize the sun every day. They're thankful for it. They give some type of reverence, like, wow, if we didn't have no light, where would we be? It shouldn't take 3 days of darkness for people to appreciate the light. But that's kind of how it is. Everybody wants to live their life on the path of cause and effect. I don't always want to live like that. I kind of want to be prepared for the effects if possible, or try to control the causes a little more. But anyways, what are you guys' opinions about this new digital ID news, and how do you think it'll affect society? Leave your opinions in the comments. Until next time, we thank you for your support.